So we reacted to some Reddit changes the other day, right? But it looks like there's some new PBE changes that happened overnight that Riot is cooking up. So the other changes were right here to go quickly over them. Was like Akali changes on R, making her better early, worse late. Cassiopeia changes, pretty much just straight up all buffs. A little bit worse damage for Cassio, just gets a lot more mana. Aurelia, gonna be again elite skill changes, but these are mostly buffs. Although, no, this is questionable. 40 HP. Yeah, I mean, there's still elite skill changes. And then Skarner. I don't even know if I saw that one. Did I? Oh, that's new. Okay, so the Skarner change is new. Okay, so those were the changes. And then we had some Yasuo and Yone, but we're gonna talk about that too. So, okay, so Akali newest change is that R1, R2 damage AP scalings went up to 30%. So it's revert to life. So, okay. Because, like, when I first read these Akali changes that happened the other day, I thought they were kind of nerfs. But now with the AP changes, AP ratios being similar, honestly, they're kind of whatever. Okay, so then we have Skarner. Health growth up by 5. Armor growth up more. So, again, stat tracking. Q cost going down. E backwards kidnap has been removed. E-stun not always working seems to have been fixed. So, okay, so they're giving some compensation buffs to Skarner because they're removing this big part about his E, which is that you lane against Skarner and then all of a sudden he just 360 no-scopes you, ease you backwards into the tower and then ults you and then you just die. It's a pretty stupid mechanic and I'm glad it's being removed because that was one of the most dumbest things about laning against Skarner top. Overall, I personally think this is good for the game. And here we have the big... Yeah, here we have the biggest thing that I saw a lot of people complain about. I have no fucking clue what they're doing. So you're reading through the Sylas changes, you're thinking, wait, why is Sylas getting changed? So first of all, Sylas is in a completely reasonable spot. He's around 50% win rate across all elos. Personally, I think he's probably in one of the healthiest spots he's ever been in as a champion. He's not promoted to W max, he usually maxes Q and E, which is good for the champion. So there's just like nothing there is to complain about Sylas. So why the fuck are they changing him? Okay. Explosion Q damage, base damage, goes from 70 to 290 to 60 to 260. What? So it just kills the ability completely. Oh no, this just kills the ability. AP scaling also down. What? As a compensation buff, he gets 1 second less on Q. Again, I have no clue why this is happening. Why? Just why? Okay. W damage AP scaling down by 10%. Healing AP scaling down by 15%. But now scales with 5% bonus HP. So they're trying to incentivize Sylas to buy items like Cosmic Drive, maybe Liandry, maybe Riftmaker. Kind of like they did with Galio. These values still scale up to 2x at 60% missing health, 70 to 40% AP, 10% plus bonus HP. Okay. So overall, if you buy no HP items on Sylas, I guess you're kind of losing a little bit here on the healing part. But the damage part is down anyway. So overall, I mean, I can't see this as a buff either. So far, Q is worse, W is worse. Okay, where are we going with this? E. E2 AP scaling down by 20%. Huh? E1 no longer tagged as an attack reset. Being tagged as an attack reset is different from actually causing an attack reset. Attack reset tag is only really relevant for Halo Blades 3 stacks. So I guess this is some like Halo Blades interaction that doesn't really matter. So, what? This is it? We're just nerfing Sylas? We're just... Why? Why? He's not a pro play problem, he's not a high elo problem, he's not a low elo problem. He's around like 50 to 51% win rate across elos. Where is the issue? Why are we nerfing this champion? What the fuck? What is this? So again, one of the theories I had personally on why they're doing this, which I think is a complete mistake. So first of all, I think W max Sylas is the worst iteration of Sylas. By making Q have a longer cooldown, and by making W, I thought W cooldown was gonna go down. Wait, W cooldown doesn't even go down. Wait, what? So this just basically makes Q max Sylas worse anyway, because Q is a worse ability. Where the fuck are we going? This is just shade up nerfs. Q cooldown goes down 1 second. Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I think here, I don't know. Even though Q cooldown is going down, it still makes Q a worse ability because the damage loss is just so severe. And I don't really get it. Like, I don't get where we're going with this. So again, one of the theories I had why they're doing this is because I generally thought they're buffing W cooldown. So basically, I thought that the reason why they're doing this is because low elo Sylas players are incompetent at building. TLDR of Sylas is that the champion really loves ability haste, but low elo players often go into items like Leechbane and Shadow Flame, which give you like very little haste, especially items like Storm Surge and Shadow Flame. So they like to buy Glass Cannon Sylas. So this is why I thought like reducing cooldowns and nerfing AP ratios is a way to make Sylas better in low elo because people are shit at itemizing. This is what I first thought. But now that I see that W doesn't have W cooldown reduced, I have no clue where we're going with this. This champion is never going to be played. This is just insane. How are you nerfing 3 of his abilities? Like, even if you argue that Q is okay because 1 second less, which I think is not, what, W is just worse, E is just worse. I don't get it. What the fuck are they doing? They're so incompetent. If this goes through, they're clearly just incompetent. This is like not explainable. Then we have Yone. Okay, so here's the big Yone changes. So Yone got a lot of PBE changes the other day, but most of them got reverted. So all of these got reverted, which I'm happy about because personally, I did not think click continue, you can't. Okay, because if you click continue, it's gonna make you want to log in into Reddit. Anyway, so, okay, it's gone. Wait, Chatter, you were a genius. Okay, anyway. So these changes were all reverted to live, okay? So all these changes went through. I wasn't a big fan of them. They're all gone now. Fine. So these changes are now in. Q base damage will go up by 20. And R cooldown will be 20 more in late game and 10 more in mid game. Is this a buff? 100% yes. 100%. 100% you are way happier with 20 damage more in Q than with 20 seconds more in R. So I think if you're a Yone player, you're really happy for next patch. This is one of the best buffs that Yone has gotten in a while. This is really good. Okay. Abyssal Mask got a ridiculous buff the other night. Now it seems like the buff is not that big anymore because the item is 200 gold more expensive. The radius is going to go up 100 and the armor shot will still go up 10%. So okay, Abyssal Mask will no longer be giga buffed. It will just be maybe a little bit buffed. It depends. 200 gold expensive does suck for the item, but it's still on the cheap side. And now it's same cost as Frozen Heart and it still gives you like really good radius now and yeah, armor shot. I think Abyssal Mask is still a really good item. And okay, another change. Plated Steelcaps. They're gonna make a new change to it, okay? So basically, now it's gonna cost 1200 instead of 1100. And armor is gonna go back to 25. And the earlier change will go is still gonna be in. So passive block is gonna go up 2%. Still a nerf to plated Steelcaps as the cost a little bit very expensive, right? That'll be like Mercs, which I think is fair. So I'm happy about this one. Good job, Riot. And then the last one, Runes Dark Harvest cooldown 40 seconds to 35. Takedowns reduce the cooldown to 1.25. Overall, a buff to Dark Harvest as you don't get a lot of takedowns. So this flat cooldown being reduced is better. I think Dark Harvest is pretty underwhelming. I don't think the latest changes that they did to Dark Harvest did anything. So, yeah, I think it's fine to buff it. It's whatever. That's the changes, guys. I'm happy with the Yone change. I think Riot did a good job here. Abyssal Mask change, I also think this is a good job. Plated Steelcaps, this is a good job. And the Sylas change, absolute horror show. Whoever's responsible for this, you're clueless. Clueless. Didn't Riot say Riot will use China data for balance changes? Sylas is top 3 ban rate in China. Wait, really? I didn't think about that. You actually might be right on that. So they're nerfing Sylas only because of China. I mean, I'm still sad, you know. I'm still sad. Like, for me personally, I think Sylas is one of the best spots he's ever been in as a champion. I love laning against Sylas. Like, genuinely. Whenever enemy picks Sylas, I'm happy. Like, this is one of those champions that I find no frustration.